Two of the best Android flagship smartphones go head-to-head in a deathmatch battle to win the title of Android King. Well, not really, but today we're comparing LG's G4 to the Samsung Galaxy S6 to find out which one is right for you. Hey, what's up everyone? This is Dom, and if you're having trouble picking your upgrade for a 2015 flagship, let me make your choice a bit easier. In this comparison, we'll take a look at the specifications, hardware, design, software, and camera performance, and see how the Samsung Galaxy S6 stacks up against LG's G4. If you'd like to watch my review of either device in this comparison, I'll leave it linked below. First up, we have LG's G4 packing a 5.5-inch QHD Quantum IPS display with a resolution of 2560 by 1440, a Qualcomm Snapdragon 808 hexa-core processor, the Adreno 418 GPU, a 3000 mAh battery, though my T-Mobile version here has a 2900 mAh battery, 32 gigabytes of internal storage with micro SD card expansion, and 3 gigabytes of RAM. As for the Galaxy S6, you'll find a 5.1-inch QHD Super AMOLED display with a resolution of 2560 by 1440, an Exynos 7420 octa-core processor, 3 gigabytes of RAM, 32, 64, or 128 gigabytes of storage depending on configuration, but there is no expandable storage here, so keep that in mind. We also have a non-removable 2550 mAh battery, and to make up for the battery situation, the S6 also features built-in wireless charging and quick charge capabilities. When it comes to design, there's a drastic difference between these two devices. With Samsung's Galaxy S6, we have very premium materials. This is without a doubt the best Samsung phone ever made. The front and back is covered with Gorilla Glass 4, while the frame is made up from metal. This all-glass design can be very slippery at times, but I slapped a D-brand skin on it and got rid of some of that slip and slide, and it keeps it scratch-free. On one side, you'll find the lock button and nano SIM card tray, while the other side is home to its volume buttons. There's an IR blaster on the top, and the bottom makes room for the speaker, headphone jack, and micro USB port. On the front side, we have a beautiful 5.1-inch QHD Super AMOLED display. This is the best looking display on a smartphone, hands down. Along the top edge, there's an 8-megapixel front-facing camera, and at the bottom, we have a fingerprint sensor that's built into the home button. Unlike previous Galaxy smartphones, this works great. It's very responsive, and there's almost no delay when unlocking the device. To the left and right of the home button, you'll find Samsung's capacitive navigation buttons. Finally, on the back side, we have a 16-megapixel camera, LED flash, and a heart rate sensor that works along with the S Health app. Moving along to the LG G4, things are very simple as far as design is concerned. The LG G4's body is made up from plastic, so the S6 wins in the build quality department, but the build here is solid as well. The device feels great in the hand, and there's a slight curve to the display which adds a little bit of oomph to its design. The leather version I have is very comfortable and detailed with real stitching up the middle that provides grip as well. The sides are plastic with a metallic finish that could easily be scratched if dropped, but I haven't had an issue yet. All of the buttons for the G4 are located on its back. This button layout will be familiar to those used to previous generations of the G series, but it may take a bit to get used to if you're not. I tend to prefer this layout though. There's a small rear-facing speaker which isn't in an ideal location, but it's decently loud, and the top is home to an IR blaster. On the bottom side, we have a headphone jack and micro USB port, and at the top on the front side, we have an 8-megapixel front-facing camera and the LG logo at the bottom, as the G4 features on-screen navigation buttons. A nice feature with the G series is its removable back cover. This will allow you to easily access the micro SIM card and SD card slot for expandable storage, as well as swap out the battery if you're running low on power or the battery has issues. The downside is that the G4 doesn't ship with Qualcomm's quick charge feature. You can also swap out the back cover with other colors and styles that will be available from LG, and cases that will offer wireless charging. Also on the backside, you'll find the G4's 16-megapixel rear camera, LED flash, color spectrum sensor, and laser autofocus. As for camera performance, I'm going to have to give the win to LG's G4. Both of these cameras are great, but the G4 handles better in low light situations, and the color is more true to life. Along with that, the G4 manages exposure better and focuses faster overall when compared to the S6. All of these pictures were taken in auto mode on each camera under these same conditions, but the G4 seems to win most of the battles here. Let me know what you think about the camera quality in the comment section below, but like I said, I give the win to the LG G4. As for video performance, the G4 G4's improved optical image stabilization seems to be slightly more aggressive than the OIS found on the Galaxy S6. Both devices provide crispy video, but the Galaxy S6 may have the upper hand in this situation. On the software side of things, both devices are running Lollipop, but have a very different experience. With the Galaxy S6, we have Samsung's TouchWiz Android skin, which is miles better than previous iterations. The interface is buttery smooth, and Samsung's internal specifications here are more than enough to handle everything that you throw at it. TouchWiz also features several customization options. First up, you have the ability to customize the grid size for the home screen, which is very convenient. There are also a couple of handy multitasking features available. There's a split screen mode that will allow you to run 2 apps at once, but it'll only work with specific apps, though it works pretty good. Along with that, we also have the ability to launch pop-up windows that will float on top of whatever else you're doing and can be minimized to hide away when not in use. If you're into customizing the look and feel of TouchWiz, theme capabilities are available as well. There's a theme store that has a growing selection and will give you a completely different look and feel on the device. This time around, Samsung's TouchWiz is more customizable than ever and offers fluidity that's comparable to other Android skins out there. On the G4, we have LG's UX 4.0. There's not a lot to discover here though. Most everything is what you've known from the G3 and its Lollipop release. There are material design elements here and there, but mostly this is LG's creation. It's very smooth overall, and I've been happy with the performance here. LG's skin features some customizations as well. There's a small theme store available where you can download new themes and apply them, but I'm not opposed to LG's default look. With that said, you can change up the icons with custom images or any of the built-in icons LG offers. You also have the ability to double tap to wake or sleep the display, which is nice if you're not a fan of the back lock button placement. Like the S6, there's a dual window feature available that will allow you to run 2 apps at once from a small selection, and along with that, other multitasking features such as pop-up quick reply windows. These options and customizations are nice to have, but there aren't many changes here when compared to the G3 running Lollipop. So which one is right for you? Well, if you're looking towards build quality, the S6 is going to win across the board. There's no doubt that it has a better build when compared to the G4. That being said, the Galaxy S6 also has a more fragile build in some ways. It's likely that the rear glass panel could scratch or break over time. With the fingerprint scanner, heart rate sensor, and other hardware features like wireless charging, you're definitely getting more bang for your buck with the Galaxy S6. On the other side of things, with the G4, you're getting a larger display, a better camera, and hardware features like its removable battery. Unfortunately, the G4's build quality is not on the same level as the S6. This is a plastic device, but there are features with the G4 that make it a desirable smartphone. I certainly don't mind the larger screen, and the camera quality is very important to me. If I had to choose just one at this point, it would be LG's G4. So I hope you enjoyed this comparison, and if you did, feel free to leave it a thumbs up as it does help out the channel a lot. Also, if you're not already, subscribe for more videos like this in the future. Thanks again for watching, everybody. This is Dom, and I'll catch you in the next video.